I'm going to be on for a while. Because for the simple fact is, in less than, see, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. In less than 5 hours, I'll be leaving again. Less than 5 hours. So I'm going to be on for a while, Cody. Yeah. So we are going to have a little bit of fun tonight. I'm going to be on for a while. It's going to be a long night. Are you still there, Cody? Sure. I understand, Cody. I understand, brother. I'll be here. And yes, I got your email. I sent one back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got your email and I sent one back to you. So it's been a long day. Everybody was wanting me. Everybody, I was coming and going all day on the road, about all day. Seen the car fire today, and I was itching. But I seen the party standing out down below the tow truck, the rollback. So they made it out all right. Because if they didn't know, and I didn't see nobody, I was with this guy. Oh yeah, I was gonna stop. Yes, sir. So, I gotta leave around 3:45 in the morning. I'm going to go to Columbus, and he's going to the flea market, and starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. It goes till probably about 1. So hopefully I can find some bargains tomorrow, pipe wise. Hoping. So we'll see. If I can get some deals on pipe or whatever, I will probably. Well, if I get other deal besides pipe, I'll get pretty cheap and resell high. So we'll try. My days and be at the auction house tomorrow afternoon all day. Come back, be there. So I just got home not too long ago. Can you hear me now? Yeah, sometimes when I put my finger down here, I'm blocking, so I do apologize for that. Yeah, because I put my finger underneath my phone here and I keep forgetting my mic and stuff's underneath there. So, been messing around with my MP3 players that I've got. So, been messing around with that. So, I'm trying to find. So, I'm messing with it. This is the type of MP3 player that you have to use earphones, the older stuff, but this also got a speaker on the back. It's also Bluetooth. So first MP3 player I've ever seen has got a speaker in the back of it. So I'll probably sell that tomorrow. I got so much stuff around here. Cody, I'm mostly in the classic country, like George Jones, Tammy Wynette, so forth and so on. Classic R&B like The Temptations, Barry White, Diana Ross and the Pimps, so forth and so on. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Allergies tonight. So mostly classic R&B, classic country. I'm not in this new stuff. Like this new crap they got out today, I'm not into that. So I'm more in the classic. I'm more with George Jones, Johnny Paycheck. Johnny Paycheck's originally from my hometown, Greenfield, Ohio, and his house that he was born and raised in. My nose. So I was making sure nothing was blocked underneath my. So it's just something that I enjoy. Um, So what's your favorite band? If I get my butt motivated to go from here to my desk, I'll smoke a pipe. But I gotta get my big butt motivated. Hillbilly, I've been at it since 9 o'clock this morning. Just got home probably about 20-25 minutes ago, and I got to get back up at 3:45. By 3:45, I'm hitting back out the door because I'm going to a flea market, and I'm going to leave by, it takes an hour and a half to get there. From 6 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, come back, be out at the auction house till about 4 or 5 o'clock. Then I got a date Sunday afternoon. Finally might get me a woman. So, yes, Craig, 3:45, I'm heading out the door in the morning. Oh, it's going to work out just fine and dandy. Finally. It's going to work out. It's been like 7 years since I've dated anybody. 7 years. Yeah. Well, hillbilly, only thing I'm going to say is yes. So I set up a date for Sunday afternoon where nobody knows. So yeah. So I coordinate talk to you guys and talk to her at the same time, y'all. Sure can. Hold on, guys. There you go. Just that quick. Hey, Craig. By the way, how you been? And Hillbilly. Uh-huh. I hear you, Craig. Gotta do what you gotta do. It is what it is. Hey, Hillbilly, was you working all this week or you off? Oh, nice, sir, Hillbilly. Craig, is that you? Or are you messing with me? Okay, just wanted to make sure because I was about ready to hit. Just messing. I was about ready to send you a private message. Telling you. Telling you, Craig. Messing with me. Yeah. Craig, you been watching them type of stuff there? You know what I'm talking about, Craig. We're going to have a man-to-man talk here. I don't watch none of that porn stuff. That's one thing. And the reason why, because somebody got busted out here for that. So what's everybody smoking tonight? Craig. Hey Craig, what are you smoking? Hey, now that's a good blend. Started yeast. Now that's a good English blend. I have started yeast several times. Like I said, I'm going to this flea market. Hopefully I can find me some pipes. Guy's gonna pay for them for me if I find any, since I'm doing some work for him. Hillbilly, I'll try, but there's no guarantee this is the first time I've been to this flea market in Columbus. So it starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, so he says people come in quick and leave. Now the custom builds are kind of hard to find. There is custom built, and then you got custom dash built. If you want a good custom built, there's a Tom Howard, but they're hard to find, especially the flea markets. Hey Craig, if I can find one for 10, I can cut the guy down, because and see, the thing is, these guys, they really don't care, and they really don't know what these pipes are. And you take somebody like me who knows the difference between pipes, I can get them for a steal. Got to remember, I've been with the auctioneer for about 25 years. I know how to do deals, and I know how to work them. I'll see what I can do, Hillbilly. There's no guarantee, but I'm going to try to go through there real quick if I spot any. Exactly. I seen this one Salmonelli pipe here several years ago. The guy had like $10 or $20 on it. Older Salmonelli. And then he had an older style. I say it had to be the 70s up to about the late 80s Dr. Graybow, square shank. It'll be like my 1.7 Nelly over here. It had the bent on it. It had the bent stem. And he was only asking $5 for it. But at the time, I didn't have the money. I would have snatched him up. And I would have. Some people, they don't know. They get these, they'll go to the estate sales guys, and they'll get these pipes in there. They think, oh, I got a good deal. But they don't take the time and effort to actually look what type of brand it is, what year, if it's stamped with the number, like a 79320 or a 424 Algerian briar. People just don't know. Scary. But see, here's the thing what you do, guys, and I'll tell you a little trick. If you get into these flea markets and you see a bunch of estate pipes, do a wholesale. Get him for a wholesale. What wholesale mean? Say like he's got different prices on these pipes. And say like there's 20 pipes there. Get him. Which means to say, okay, if you let me have these pipes for, okay, you got 20 pipes. If you let me buy them all, say like $5, $10 a piece, you got him. He thinks he's coming out ahead on money, and he's not. You are. Because you know what's there. He don't. So, you done skinned the rabbit by its tail. That's how you get him. Or you see maybe 5 pipes out of that 20 that you know is worth money. And you know what's there. Get him for $5 a piece on them. So you're spending $25 for 5 pipes. He thinks he's making it. He's not. He's losing. You're gaining. He's losing. You got to learn now. Sometimes now you get these guys that they may take time out and they went online and they checked everything out. But do about the first 5 minutes talking with him, just to see if he knows his pipes or not. If he says, well, this pipe's worth $20 and it's a such and such thing, then you know he's talking BS. The first 2 minutes, the only thing it takes, 2 minutes. And you're looking at it, and you know that pipe really ain't, you know that pipe's worth more money than $20. You're going to say, well, I've been in pipe smoke for the last 30-something years, and I know my pipes. That pipe ain't worth the price you're asking. But don't tell him that, because the reason why if you tell him that, he's gonna stand on that price. He ain't gonna budge on you, and he won't budge. Offer. Say, well, Cody's back. Say, that's what you do. He said, well, only thing you may have, say, like you got like $300 in your pocket, but you have, say, like $30 and $5 bills. Just say $30, $5 bills. Say, well, and what you do is he said, well, I'll just hold on that pipe, I'll be right back. And let me go talk to my friend, make some excuse. Pull out the 10, say like 2 5s. Don't show him how much money you got him, because that's where he's going to get you. Go back to him and say, well, I talked to my wife, or say like, I talked to a friend of mine, and Patrick, thank you so much for that, Patrick. Thank you. And just go back to him. So I'll talk to my wife, or I'll talk to my friend. Tell him everything about the pipe. He says it's only worth $10. I'll give you $10 for this pipe. Hey Patrick, how is that Black House 10th anniversary? I had the regular Black House, but I never had the 10th anniversary. So I'm going to check the flea market tomorrow. Hopefully I can score. But we'll see. Oh, nice. Nice, Patrick. One of my favorite scary shows are on. Leprechaun 3 just started. My top movie. Yeah. I am currently, this is a different one than mine. I'm currently working on it. There's something wrong with it. I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, great. So if I can get this working, guys, listen up. Like I said, I'm currently working on this one. And if I get this working, and working properly, which I know what to do to it, okay? It's got a bottle opener to it. It's got a little stand to it. It's for your cigars, or you can actually start fires with it if you're out in the woods or something and you can't get back, like late at night, and you can't get back and you need to start a fire. It's got a stand to it. If I can get this working, and if I reach 400 subscribers, I just might do a gall. Oh, nice. Nice, Patrick. And also, if the auctioneer's got any more of these, which got your tamper and everything on there, and hold your lighter, and yes, I do got my extra lighter in that. If he's got any more of these, I will pick 2 of them up, and I'll even throw the 2 of these in with this. If I get this working properly, like it should, and I get 2 of these, and I reach 400 subscribers, we might have a goal. First ever. And I might even throw 1 or 2 samples in on top of it. We shall see. And yes, I'm crazy enough. Yes, I threw it out there. So we shall see. Oh, by the way, that reminded me. I picked something up from the auction house tonight, and I'm hoping it's still in my pocket. And by golly, it better be. Always carry my utility knife on me. Always. Keys. I ain't smoking nothing yet. Can of chew. I ain't drinking nothing tonight, 'cause I gotta be up here. I gotta be leaving here in a couple hours. So I can't be drinking anything. If I didn't have to leave at 3:45 in the morning, Patrick, I would be drinking. No drinking, no nothing. Always carry my tools on me. Oh, I'm going to see what these things are here in a minute, guys. What I'm going to use it for. I got 2 of them. Matter of fact, I got to clean my pockets out. Wrench. Bolt. Of course, mother, utility knife. Everyday carry, guys. Pocket knife. Pocket change. I don't need those. I don't need that in my pocket. Definitely my multi-tool I need for tomorrow. Definitely multi-tool. Everyday crazy stuff, guys. Is anybody still on? This came out of a vehicle. So what I'm going to do, I got my bicycle back rack. So I'm going to hook it on there like this, where I can hook anything to that, like my chain and stuff. I gotta leave at 3:45 in the morning, Patrick. So I'm gonna be up for a while. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow. So I got two of these. I know I got this piece of wire on me somewhere. Unless I accidentally fell in my pocket. I gotta be out of here. Hey, RD. Yeah, I gotta be out of here by 3:45 in the morning. Gotta be in Columbus by 5. No, they're a little bit after 5 to set up. Matter of fact, hold on, guys. If I have my coach gentleman, that's something. Thank. On the bookshop, of course. I just might take one of my pipes with me in the morning. But I was just about done anyways. Me neither, RD. Nope. That's another blend I haven't tried, Old Ironside. Oh, RD says got lare in Virginia. That's up my alley. I might take my old Medico with me tomorrow. RD, Star of the East is good. It's a good English blend. Good English blend. If you want to try a good English blend, get some Star of the East. It is good. It's worth it. I could smoke Star of the East all day long. It's worth it, RD. It's worth it. I'll put it up there with, much as I hate to say it, Mississippi River Special Reserve is an English blend. It's good, but Star of the East tops it off. Tops it off. Huh. I'm going to have to put that on my list. Bone shaker. Yes, sir, Hillbilly. It's so good. And I know there's a lot of people can't handle the lare bomb. But let me tell you, get started east. It's worth the lare now. Just try it. Just get you a small sample of it, RD, and try it. You'll be surprised. Yes, Patrick. Oh, yes. Compare it. Compare Star East to Mississippi River Special Reserve, and I'll guarantee it that Star East will win. Hunter Bookshop has got Burley, Perique, and Virginia in Hunter Bookshop. I smoke so much Hunter Bookshop now that it doesn't faze me to smoke it now. Used to, RD. Hmm. I'm going to take you guys over to my desk real quick. Stick my keys right there so I don't forget them. Walked out of here the other day and forgot my doggone damn cell phone. Oh, okay, hillbilly. Yeah, I walked out of the house, forgot my damn cell phone here the other day. Walked down the damn auction house, swerved down, I lost the damn phone. That's sad. That's my church. Oh. Oh. There we go. Be right back, guys. Ugh. Oh, I was going to ask you guys while I'm thinking of it. Has anybody tried the Pepsi Blue? I tried it for the first time today. Oh, yes, H Ruska. I love it. I love Ruska. Excuse me. I do. I got me some of them lemonade packets. I put in my bottles. I love Ruska. Oh, I drank a beer last night. I drank a beer when I came home. Well, before I came home. Drank a beer. Good night for a cold beer. I had a beer over there, a tall boy. Boy, when I got back over there, I downed that one. A big 25 ounce. Oh, Samuel Adams. Yes, sir, hillbilly. A lot of people don't like the Bud Ice. Try the King Cobra, tall boy. Malt liquor. King Cobra in the can. Some people don't like King Cobras. Have you ever had beer on ice? I'm talking like ice cubes, whatever. Have you ever done that before? I did that one night. Hey, hillbilly, on a good hot night like it is tonight, hot and humid outside, colder the better. That's why I like my beer. The colder it is, the better I like it. I cannot stand warm freaking beer. I can get King Cobras, guys, here. Tall boys like this for 99 cents a can. 99 cents a can. I'm looking for my Zippo. And by God, it better be in here. RD, I've done that before. I had this so much freezing, so much cold that by God, it was almost froze. And that is saying something. Hey, RD, you want to know something? I can get a can of Milwaukee's Best. Tall boy, Milwaukee's Best Ice for 99 cents a can. That's where I'm at. Oh no. Last time I drank one of those hillbilly, it sent me to the hospital. I got alcohol poisoning over, almost died from that. Oh no. Hey James. If you know what the heck I'm doing, I'm looking for my daggone Zippo. Here in a minute. Like they say there, everything's big in Texas and everything's expensive in Texas, but everything went big. I just can't do the naughty dotties. Now, my neighbor, if he drinks naughty dotties, he'll fight you. He will fight you. Just like Fireball. Gotta watch it. They'll sneak up on you. Well, it will sneak up on you like a pack of dogs on a three-legged cat. Do not use a torch lighter on a corn cob, guys. Yeah, you done seen somebody done something crazy. RD, let me ask you a question. Do you drink the beer for the taste, or do you drink the beer for the effects? Yeah, never use a torch lighter, guys, on a corn cob or a briar. Don't do it. I just did this for the spur of the moment because my lighter flooding stuff's over here and my lighter's over there, and I don't feel like getting up right at the moment. Mm-hmm. It will. Not only that, Patrick, but you will do a burnout on a pipe. I love my beer. I love my whiskeys. Well, not all whiskey. I drank some here one night. I had a real bad allergic reaction to it. Yes, sir. Uh, oh, that's one lighter I've been looking into as an old boy lighter. Shoot, I haven't drank coffee for. Well, I drank one cup here the other night, but trying to get this stem unclogged. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Mine did one day, RD. My blood pressure went off so bad that I thought I was shaking so bad, thrown up, wanting to pass out. I thought I was dying. I said, well, it's time for me to start laying off the coffee. This is really starting to aggravate me. Oh no, give you a chill pill. I tell him I'm alright, I'm just PMSing. That's why I tell him. That's what I tell him. I told that to my doctor once. I thought she was going to pass out on me. This here Pepsi Blue berry flavor cola. I tried that Pepsi Mango. It was just too sweet for me. I drank so much of that, I had a 12 pack of it. 8 pack or 12 pack. Anyways, I drank so much of that, boy, I felt like I was the Italian stallion. I was wired. I was floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. Throwing my sugar all out of whack. I'm gonna have to try that with Fireball. Still see how it tastes. I'm not too much. I'm not too much of a rum person. I mean, I'll drink it. If somebody offers me a glass of it or something, a mixed drink of it, I'll drink it. You know, if it's offered. But drinking on a regular basis, nah, that ain't me. My cousin, he drinks so much of that rum and coke, he thought he was Captain Morgan. It depends, Patrick. It depends how much of the Fireball you pour. Just like with the regular Pepsi, if I pour just a single shot, about that much, and you can just barely taste it, the cinnamon. The more you pour, the more you're gonna taste. Yes, Cody. I don't got a problem going to a bar, but when they start mixing, that's a bad combination with me. And it depends on what type of shot it is. Now, if I go to the bar, I get hot damn. which is almost same thing as Fireball. It's got the cinnamon taste to it, but the Fireball is more of a kick than Hot Damn is. My cousin got me started on it. It's mine, RD. But it just depends, man. Now, I like my Jack Black Label and Royal Crown Apple. Now, I like that. Me, well, I'll tell you the truth. Between me and my cousin, we used to drink people underneath the table. And then turn around and not drink him. I tell you what they used to make. I'm from Greenfield. They called the Greenfield Stumbler, which means it's every top shelf whiskey into one glass. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the same size glass. Imagine the top shelf whiskey into a glass like this. They'll put ice in there, and then they put every whiskey in there till it goes clear up to the rim. In one of these. But the object of the ball game is, you got to down them. Here, Billy, I drank two of these in one night. Two of them. But see, the way I did it was, see, you're supposed to shoot it down. You don't do that. You take your time on it. You sip it like you would moonshine, like the old-fashioned shine. You take your time with it. I've seen 6 people do it. 6 people do it. When they stood up, face first. Because everybody was making bets. See which one can get up and walk. They shoot it down like you would do a shot. Now anybody would know you take 5, 6 different top shelf whiskey, the top, like the good whiskey, and put it in a glass like this. Anybody's got common sense, you're going to sit there and take your time on it. Not shoot it down. When you've got 5, 6 different blends in there, and they stir it. RD. Mix it. If you sit there and drink that Fireball straight, son, don't be like me. Oh, nice, Patrick. It's got I'm going to have to write that down, Patrick. I'm gonna have to write that down, so I'll try it. I'm heading to Columbus tomorrow anyway, so I'll stop at the bar somewhere. Now hold on, I'll be right back. He said, "What you gonna do?" I said, "Just I'll be right back. I might come out here floating like a butterfly here in a minute, but I'll be right back." Yeah, I had Bailey's before. It ain't bad. It's not bad. Bailey's ain't bad. I used to put in my coffee too. But first time me trying Bailey's, because I never tried Bailey's before, when I did, I put a very small amount, about that much, with my coffee. And see, because I have to do that with new stuff to see how my body's going to react to it. Because there's certain shots or whiskey or whatever, or rum or whatever. There's something I have a real bad allergic reaction to. Just like here the other day, I had it's called High 10. It's sour mash. I had a real bad allergic reaction to it. Top of the roof of my mouth, bust out in blisters. Back of my tongue, broke out in blisters. Swollen in the back. I mean, you know, I could still swallow and stuff, but I was barely eating. I suffered for 2.5 weeks. I just now got over it. Now I told Tim down here, I said, no more of that stuff. He says, why? I said, I had a real bad allergic reaction to that, man. This is what happened. I told him what I told you guys. He says, oh my God, man. He says, you want to go back to Fireball? I said, yeah. Yeah, there's some of them don't. I agree with you, Patrick. You know, that's your job is to make my drink the way I want it. Not the way you want it, the way I want my drink. And it best be right, because if I have to pay $6 for something, just saying, it's like $6 or something like this, it better be right the way I told you to do it. Because if not, I ain't gonna pay for it. So I tell them, well, that'll be $6. Well, hold on. Because last time I got a drink like that, it cost me like $8. I said, well, hold on. You ain't gonna get that $8 yet. Well, you ain't gonna get the drink. Well, you ain't gonna get my $8. He said, now how would you know that's gonna taste the way you want? Because I said, I'm telling you right now. I said, if I take the first 2 drinks out of that, now and I'll tell. The first 2 drinks out of it, and if that sucker ain't the way I want it, I'm not gonna pay for it. But we got into it. I forget what type of drink it had. It's been years. Years. And says he went and got the boss. Now I told the boss. I said, I'm going to tell you right now. I said, I'm going to tell you what I told him. I said, if my drink is not the way it should be, because I said, I know what it tastes like. And I said, I said, I'm going to take the first 2 drinks out of it. If it's not made right, you're not getting my $8. Guess what? They didn't get my $8. It wasn't made right. And the boss stood right there. And I took 2 drinks out of it, and I said, that ain't it. He didn't do it right. So I said, no, I told him, I said, so why should I pay for something that ain't made right? I said, it's like a steak. I said, and I asked him, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, if you went out to a real nice restaurant and you ordered you a real nice T-bone steak, oh, you're fine, Jimmy. I recognize the name, so you're good, brother. And I hate to hear about that. And I asked him, I said, now let me ask you something. You go to a restaurant and you order a real nice T-bone steak with the potato, with all the everything. And say that meal's going and your drinks say that meal's gonna cost you around $30. Now I said, you want that sucker medium rare. Of course that's how I like my steaks. He comes out there and it's well done. He don't got your order right. And you specifically want it done the way it wanted done. Alright, Patrick, you be good, be safe, be well. Have a great weekend. I should see you Sunday night at 11 o'clock. I said, what would you do? Would you pay that $30 for that? Or would you want him to make it right, but yet you still got the steak? Would you keep the steak for somebody? Or what? I said, now would you pay for it? He says, hell no, I wouldn't pay for that. So I said, why should I pay $8 for a glass if it's not made right? To that customer's wishes. You see what I'm saying? He says, well, you do. He stood there and he looked at him and looked at me. He says, well, he does got a point. He does got a point. Why should he pay $8 for something that ain't made right? So he says, I'll make it. And then he looked at me and he says, I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you. That's okay. I'll make the way you want it. You like it. If you like it, it's on the house. You don't have to pay nothing. You don't have to pay for that drink or this one. It would have been $16. So, told him exactly how I wanted it. And he listened very carefully while how I wanted my drink. He passed it over by. I said, can I ask you a question before I get this? I said, can I keep this other drink? I said, I hate to see it go to waste. He said, well, yeah. He says, keep that one. He says, I don't blame you. I said, I hate to see stuff go to waste, man. I said, I hate to see you pull that out. He says, well, yeah, you can keep that one. So I put that one to the side. He brought that one up there. Took a drink. Sat there for about a minute. Took another drink. Shut it down. I looked at this bartender, looked at him right straight dead in his face, and I said, you know what? Why are you working here? He's spot on. Spot on. Exactly the way I wanted it. And you can't even make it the way I told you. And he did everything correctly. First time. And he listened. And I looked at him, I said, there's the type of people you don't need in here, man. He's going to run people's drinks in here. You're going to lose customers. If he can't make my drink right, that alone, how he's going to make somebody else the way they want it. He says, I tell you what, he says, you can keep your money, you can have both those drinks, and he says, when you get done with those, if you feel pretty good, if you want another one, he says, I'll come back out here personally make it for you, and it will also be on the house. Say what? Be on the house? Huh. I thought to myself, okay, it's on. You don't know me. But see, I was drinking regular beer. So I drunk those. He came out and kind of looked at me and he says, you want another one? I said, nah. I said, I better not. I said, I gotta walk home. He says, well, how far you live? I said, just about 2.5 blocks, if I said, just up around the corner to my dad's house. And I said, I'm going to go out the back way and around. But I said, I'm still going to hold you to that, right? And he says, well, yeah. He says, come in tomorrow. I said, well, give me a time and I'll be here. He says, well, what's the normal time you come in here anyways? I said, oh, about between 9:30 and 10:30. He says, make it 10:30. When you come in, just tell who's ever working, because everybody knowed me. He says, well, just tell so-and-so that you want me, that you want to talk to me for a minute. Don't say what you're wanting or needing. Just tell them that you want to talk to me. I said, all right. Went in there the next night exactly 10:30 on the dot. Talked to him. He says, you want as usual? And believe it or not, he remembered. I didn't have to tell him. He remembered. Took that over there, and this was, a couple of my buddies was already in there, and a couple of them was already lit up. My one buddy said, how in the world did you get that for nothing? He said, I didn't see you pay for that. And I said, don't you worry about it. That's between me and him. And then he made a smart aleck remark. Says, well, it ain't who you know, it's who you blow. And then he heard it, what he said. Then he seen me about ready to put my drink down because he knew I was going to take him out back. And he knew there was going to be a fight. Because it ticked me off. It made me mad. Because he said that. And he should never said it. He comes up around the bar and he comes between me and him. He looked at me and says, Jeff, he says, don't do it. He says, don't do it. He says, I know. He says, I know what he says, I know you're going to hurt him. He says, don't do it. Turned around, looked at that guy, and he says, out. He says, out. He says, what I do? He says, I heard you. You know what you done. You know what you said. He says, you don't come in here and talk to people like that. And he says, you don't come in here and talk to my Patreons, my regular customers like him, comes in here, into my bar, doesn't bother nobody, doesn't hurt nobody. He'll come in here, get his drink, his beer and his drink, goes to his normal corner, and you don't hear nothing out of him. Then he says he might come here and have a couple beers, a couple shots like that. Then he goes home. Says, out. Guy kept running his mouth and he looked down at me and says, you're barred. He says, I'm going to bar you for life. He says, now, out. Barred for life. He says, I'll give you a chance. He said, I gave you 3 chances to leave. But you stood there and kept running your mouth. He says, out. Kept running his mouth. But about this time, I had probably about this much left in my glass, and I shot that down, set my glass down. I looked at him, I said, "You want him out of here?" He says, "Yeah." But I walked around and grabbed the hold of the guy, and out the door he went. Come back in. Went got my glass in the same. And I told a couple people, I said, "Don't let nobody touch my glass." Cause he gave me one particular glass, not like it. I mean, it was this size, but it didn't have all this fancy stuff on there. But I had one particular glass that was mine. It was mine. It was so mine. It had my name on the bottom of it. Now I told him I said nobody touch that glass, and I mean nobody. Come back in, my glass still sitting in the same spot where I put it. Walked up there and I told him, I said, "I want another one." And I said, "Don't tell me it's on the house because I'm paying for this one." He says, "No." I said, "Yes, because I owe you a favor." And I said, "I just got done owing you one." Said, "You know what? I'm paying." So I told him, I said, "Come around the corner here real quick." Reached in my back pocket, pulled out a $50 bill. I said, "Here." I said, "That is for the rest of my drinks, for the rest of my beer, and the rest of my drinks for the night." I said, "Then what's left over belongs to you." Shoot, I only drunk probably $20 worth, and he made 30 that night. Because I only drank one glass, and the rest of the beer was cheap. So I'd done about $20 worth, because I was sitting there, so I was asking. I said, "Well," I said, "then fine, well, how he did the 30 is I told him to cut me off for 20. So he made $30. No, they don't, Jimmy. No, they don't, especially when they get to drinking. They let their mouth write a check that their butts can't cover. I fought a couple guys before. Drunk, stone cold, I mean drunk. Couldn't stand straight. The tallest guy I ever got in a fight with was stood about 6'7", 6'7", and here I am. I'm 5'7", around 5'8". I stopped to think how tall I was. Here's the guy's 5'8", going up to 6'7" dude. He ran his mouth. I had to really stand up on the table to come out in eye contact with him. No, I didn't stand on the table. I take that back. I stood on the chair. And I still had to look up at him, partially look up at him. I was letting him know I wasn't backing down. I don't care. You know, I'm not no Billy Bad or claim that I could whip the world, but I'm going to let you know that I ain't backing down from a fight. You know, and he ran his mouth, and I went up against him. Did anybody do anything? No. Because they knew I was in the right. Well, I had backup anyway, so I wasn't worrying about it. Was I a little scared? Yes. I had a few beers in me, but was I scared a little bit? Yes, I was. Trust me. Because I didn't know what I mean, he had arms on him about this big around for muscle wise, and he wasn't fat. You could see all muscle in this guy. But you know, by the end of the daggone night, me and him became best friends. Best friends. By the end of the night. And I had to buy no beer that night. He bought it all. Comes over, and I was sitting there, he came over and he sat down beside of me. He told the bartender, he says, hey, he says, from now on for the rest of the night, I'm buying his beer. I looked up, what? I said, what'd you say? He says, I'm buying your beer for the rest of the night. I said, why? He says, you know what? He says, you're the first actual person that had enough balls to even stand on a chair telling me that I was wrong. Oh, well, if you don't come in here with common sense and act like a human being and have respect and have morals for everybody, you're going to be all right. But when you start acting, that's what I told him, when you start acting stupid and dumb because you're drinking, there's going to be a problem. I said, think about what I'm telling you. I said, I know practically everybody in this bar. But I said, I know there's some of them ain't got enough balls to stand up against God. I said, by the way, I said, how tall are you? He said, 6'7". I said, oh. I said, well, I said, I might get my butt whooped, but I'll try. That's what I told him. But we became best friends. And you know, for the next month we hung out. He always asked me, he says, hey, Jeff, gonna be here tomorrow night? It'll be the weekend. I'll see him on Friday night. He says, hey, Jeff, you gonna be here? Oh, yeah. I said, what time you gonna be here tomorrow night? He said, well, what time do you normally show up? I said, oh, between 9:30 and 10 on Saturdays. Now, I said, I get hammered. Because I said, I don't got nothing to do on Sunday but sleep in. He says, all right. He says, be here. And he says, just show up. Okay. Because I'll make my money through the week. I'll have about $250, $300 every week because I was doing jobs, on in jobs. I was making the money. Walked in there. Sure enough, there he was. Walked up to him. I said, hey, what's up? Turned around. He said, hey, Jeff, what's up? Oh, just got done with the job and went home long enough to take a shower and shave. And I said, I really haven't ate anything yet today. And I said, I really don't like drinking on an empty stomach. He says, we'll fix that problem. I said, huh? He says, so he went up there and he got a menu. He got him one, me one. He says, get anything you want off this menu, Jeff, and I'll pay for it. I said, no. I said, dude, don't do that. No. I said, I really don't like that. I said, I really don't like somebody coming up to me to do that to me. I hate it. I said, now, if I worked for you and I did something for you, then, yeah, then I'll accept it. But I said, I haven't done any work for you, have I? He says, no. I said, that's my point. He says, no. He says, I still owe you. You don't owe me nothing. He says, yeah. He said, I owe you my life because you got my respects. And I said, okay, I thought to myself, okay, where's this leading to? Because I got to hear this. I said, all right. I said, how's that? He says, Hold on for a minute, guys. He says, you remember here a while back that you stood on that chair? And I did. I almost plumb forgot all about that. I done it. And he started reminding me of it, and I said, yeah. I said, I almost plumb forgot about that. He says, there's where you earn my respect. He says, so don't say nothing else. He says, dinner's on me tonight and the beer's on me tonight. Alright. Talk me into it. Yeah. So, I mean, I've seen people in the bar get into a fight so bad that chairs are flying. I've seen one guy literally get his head split open by a beer bottle. Now I've seen another guy's head get busted open. You know those thick beer mugs? I've seen this guy not only get his head split, but his skull cracked by one of them one night. And everybody, including myself, swore that he killed him. He didn't. He didn't kill him. He just knocked him completely out. He had a fractured skull, and I forget how many stitches, and the wait for about almost a week and a half. Well, he didn't shut the bar down. He just didn't have on the weekends for about a week and a half. He was open during the day, through the week during the day, where people come in and order, because there's a lot of people just go in there and order their food and have a few drinks, like the old farts. You know, the older guys, they'll go in there and order and eat the food. Because every time an incident happens, he has to report it. And it cost him. But bless him, he's gone now. He's been gone for the last 3, 4, 5 years now. Now I didn't know till one day I was there in Greenfield. No, I take that back. It was about 6 years ago. No, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, because I've been out here 6, going on 6 years. So he's been going about 7 years. Didn't know till one day I stopped by my cousin's. I had a few beers with him. Hey James, anybody that's over 40 is no fart. And yes, I'm over 40. So yes, I'm no fart. But not to, that's good times at his bar though. Tommy dogs. Good night. I've seen things in that bar that will make you have nightmares for 2 years. In fact. And a lot of them that used to attend that bar and used to get rowdy on the weekends. They don't even drink anymore. Half the people there don't even went to that bar, quit drinking, quit it. I know a guy that he was so bad. I'd seen him, boy, he got his behind beat that night. He was drunk. I won't forget this one. I know him. And he's always been a woman beater anyways, and everybody knowed it. And everybody watched him when he came into the bar because they know how he got when, especially when he got to drinking. One night he ran his mouth. It was getting close to closing time. 2:30 in the morning. What this old boy do? Made the biggest mistake of his life. Him and this woman got into it. But I'm not taking up for him, and I'm not taking up for her. It was her fault too, because she went and she sucker punched him. She sucker punched him. And the only thing on and another thing too, she started on him that night. But he got the worst end of the deal. When she sucker punched him, what he should have done was turned around and walked away. And kept his mouth shut. But he didn't. And I just got my 2 beers. And we're all watching. There's like maybe, it was packed out. Now there's like 30, 40 people. But it was starting to die out. There's like 10 to 15 of us left in there that night. Matter of fact, it was a Friday night when it happened. Well, anyways, what's he do? He turned around, ran his mouth, and he went, bam, right in the kisser. Next thing you know, you start seeing blood start coming out of her mouth and everything. Me and a couple guys went over because we didn't want, because she was drunk. Well, we didn't want her to choke on the blood or everything else, so we got her. We kind of turned her to her side a little bit, and we got her up and set her in the chair. And put her head up, and here I'm drinking this beer, I got this done. Grabbed my other one here, and me and the buddy of mine's holding her head up. I'm drinking my other beer, and next thing you know, it was an all-out war. There's like 6 guys grabbed a hold of him right there in the middle of the floor, start beating on him. Like a pack of dogs. Finally, Kurt came around, he says, take it out back, I don't care, just get out of my bar. So I'm getting so sick and tired of you guys coming in here, tearing my bar up, and it costs me money. It ain't coming out of your guys' pockets, so take it out back. They took it out back. When they got done with him, they come back in, checked on her, checked on the rest of us, turned around and looked at Kurt and say, is there any damage? He says, no. Because they said, well, if there was, we was going to pay for it. And he says, besides, too, it's all rounds in the bar. Whatever they want, we're paying for it. And he says, another thing, too, them 2 guys right there helping her, they get double. She was fine. She came too. But boy, yeah, he deserved that. Kurt looks at me. So Kurt looks at me. He says, hey, Jeff, just put your beer right there. I'll watch. I had like total additional 3 beers sitting there waiting on me. He said, I'll watch your beer. He says, go there see if old so-and-so's still out there. Still laying. Alright. Went out there, sure enough, he's still laying there. Walked back in the barn. Walked up, sat there. There's my cousin Donald. He was sitting on the other side of me. Kurt leans up. He says, "Is so still out there laying?" I said, "Yep, just laying there." I said, if we have to, I said, me and a couple guys. I said, if we have to, I said, me and a couple guys pull him down a little bit and just let him lay. He says, you guys go ahead and do that. RD. He says, you guys go ahead and do that. So we did. He says, but be freaking careful. He says, you know it's about closing time, right? And I said, yeah. I said, they're out there hanging around. I said, I knew you're talking about. Talk about Springfield PD, the police department. So me and the guys went out there real quick. Well, there's like 4 of us went out there, and 2 guys was the lookout. Well, me and another guy was a lookout while the other 2 moved him over, and we was watching. And there was one sitting in the alley, another sitting across the street, but they couldn't see us, but we could see them because it was dark, pitch black back there. You can't hardly see anybody back there. If somebody would have stood in that alley and you would have walked down like Jefferson Street is the main street, if you looked down there, you couldn't see who was there. You didn't know somebody was standing there unless they hollered at you. So they moved him over, and they hollered, hey, come on. Let's go back in. All right. We went back in. So finally Kurt shut the bar down, but he leaned up and told me and Donald to hang. No, we can stay around after closing time. Just act like we're leaving. He says, you boys just go back into the bathroom or act like going out the back door. He says, just pick which one. He said, I'll let you know. I said, all right. So I told Kurt, I said, well, it's better for me and him to go to the back to where the bathroom's at. Because if we happen to go out back, he's still back there and the cops come around there, we're going to get in trouble. Because they're going to think we've done something to him. He said, all right. So we went back there. Bars cleared out. He come back there and knocked on the door. He says, boys, it's clear, you can come out. So we was up there drinking. And Kurt, he was sitting there drinking. No, he was having a few. Bars shut down. Next thing you know, he heard this knock on the front door. Kurt says, I wonder who the hell that's at. You know, who's at my door? And I happened to lean back like this and look, and I said, it's the police department. He said, oh no. He said, I wonder what they're wanting. He said, I'm hoping they ain't about so-and-so out back. I said, well, you got 2 witnesses sitting here. We don't know nothing about it. And the bartenders, they was up there cleaning and stuff. Well, he let them in, 2 of them. And of course, they knew me and Donald. They come up there, and I was sitting there. He says, "What you guys do still in here drinking? You know that the bar closes at 2:30." Kurt pipped up and says, "I invited them. My bar. They're allowed in here after hours." He says, "I'm taking them home." He says, "Now this is my bar. I can do what I want. I'll go by the rules. I'll go by what the state tells me." He says, "I invited both of them boys." He says, "By the way," he says, "what you guys doing? What's up anyways?" He says, "Well," he says, "we found so-and-so out back laying." "Do you know anything about that?" He says, "No." He says, "The only thing I know was he came in here. He was half drunk," of which he was lying. Said he was half drunk. come in here, he had like 5 or 6 beers maybe, if that. And the only thing I know is he walked out towards the back. I didn't know if he was going to the bathroom or he was going outside back there to smoke. He says, I cut him off, by the way, because he says, I cut people off like that. So they looked at me and Donald. Says, you know anything about so-and-so laying out there? Nope. Did you boys see him come in here? Nope. We didn't even know he was, and I didn't even told him, I didn't even know, hell, there were so many people in here, hell, I don't know if he walked in here or not, couldn't tell you. But I said, let me ask you a question. He says, yeah. I said, yeah, I'm going to be a smart ass. I told him ahead of time. I said, you ever consider to see if he's breathing or not? If he's still alive? Or is he still laying back there? Oh. Well, you're a dumbass. Better go back there and check, because if not, it's going to be on you. It ain't going to be on him, because if he's back there laying, I said, well, how far is he laying? Is he on around his property? Because when he walked out the back door, there was the back parking lot, but there was certain parking space because all the buildings was attached. So on the end you had ivy and twigs, which they sold flowers and stuff, like maybe for a funeral home, somebody's funeral or a special occasion, flowers. Then you had Tommy Dogs, which was the bar. Then next to the bar, there was a consignment place at the time, and they no longer there. So there were so many parking spots for each building. He says, no, he ain't laying around close to his door. I said, well, then how in the hell you know he came from here? You know? So how if he's laying towards that way, and you know that he drinks, you know he's an alcoholic, why? I didn't see him. And I looked at Donald. I said, Donald, did you see so-and-so come in here? He says, no, I haven't seen him. He says, like Jeff said, there's like at least 30, 40 people in here earlier tonight. He says, hell, he says, it's hard to keep track of who's come through the damn doors. Especially the front door. Because people's coming in and out. In and out, in and out, in and out. Constantly. It's like a revolving door in there. So, we don't know. But I said, maybe Kurt did sing, and, you know, so nobody never got any, and then Kurt finally told me, says, if you guys don't got anything else to do, and you're coming here nitpicking on my people, on my regular customers, and even the people that I invite after hours, just to sit down, calm down long enough to have a few beers, just to calm down from everybody being in here, from the music, the people, the drunks, the women. And he even said $2 hookers. And I'm like, I'll take a $2 hookers. Where? If there's a $2 hooker around here, let me know. I'll be glad to hook up. But apparently, after they left, man, he waited, he followed them out, he behind them so he can lock the door. He waited a few minutes. He come up there and he says, that was awful damn close. I said, no shit. No shit, because we knew he was in there. We knowed it, because we sit there and watched him get the crap beat out of him. We knowed it, but we didn't have to tell them that. I'm like Schultz on Hogan's Heroes. I didn't see nothing, didn't hear nothing. I don't know nothing, even though I seen it, but I don't know nothing. So we keep hearing something. By 10 minutes later, we're sitting there still drinking. 10 minutes later, we keep hearing something banging on the back door. And I said, Kurt, I said, it sounds like somebody's beating on your back door, trying to get in. But see, at that time, on a Friday night, early Saturday morning, you got to be careful. Very careful. Because when the back door was, it was where the neighborhood was, part of a bad neighborhood. Well, the next street up, it wasn't. It was called Maribou Street. Well, this one block was fine. The next block up, a couple blocks up, it was a bad neighborhood. Especially down below, it was another bad neighborhood. So if you open that door up, you don't know if somebody's got a knife or a gun. You don't know if you're gonna get stabbed or shot. So Kurt says, well, I'm not taking no chances. I said, here's the deal. I said, give me another beer. Let me down that one. I said, let me out the front door. I said, I'll creep around. This is like after 3 o'clock in the doggone morning. So I creeped around. It was him, the one that was laying. So what I did was, I played stupid with him. I said, hey, what the hell do you think you're doing beating on my damn door? He didn't know where he was at. He must went to the hospital and got out, and he was drunk and out there, man. He was out there. I said, if you don't get away from my damn door, I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't get away from my damn door. Well, there's probably a distance of probably about 50, 60 yards. Because I told Kurt to stand by the door, because I said I might come and running. So there was probably about 50, 60 yards from the door to the alley. So I started seeing him coming, and he couldn't walk right anyways. He was staggering and everything else. So I took off. Went around. When I got to Jefferson Street, the main street, I walked up normal. And I knocked on the door and said, hurry up, let me in. Let me in. I said, so-and-so back there thinks the bar's still opened up. I told him what the hell he's beating on my damn door. And I said, now he's heading around this way. He says, all right. He says, and we had a pool out, and the next room round was the pool table area where you go play pool. He says, here, boys. He says, here's you a couple shots, here's you a couple beers. He says, you guys go in there, grab you a couple chairs real quick, go in there, sit down, put your stuff on the pool table, and he says, I'm going to shut the lights down. He says, don't say nothing and don't make a move. So we did. Here he come. And by the time we got in there, we got things shut down, and here he come. Let me in, you cocksucker, blank, blank, blank. I come around here to drink some beer, let me in here. He didn't realize what time it was in the morning. He didn't know it was after 3 o'clock in the morning. Didn't realize it. So we went on, went on. He kept pounding on that door. Everything shut out. There was me, my cousin Donald, the bar owner, Bonnie. She was a bartender, good looking chick too. Good night. I would like to grab the hold of her. And another bartender, she was good looking too. We was both back there freaking drinking. Kirk says, I'm gonna fix this problem. He says, watch this. He calls the Greenfield Police Department and says, hey, I just got a phone call from a party that so and so's beating on my front door down there in front of my bar. He says, yelling and screaming. He says, I ain't even went past there and seen him. So, sure enough, here comes Greenfield Police. We're back here freaking drinking beer. And all of a sudden, the cop come up, he turned on his spotlight. About that time, Kurt says, Dunk. He says, you guys get down. Because the way the spotlight was shining, he could you would have just seen just the tip of my hat right here. But I always wore my shades, so the reflection off my shades would have reflected back, and he would have known there's somebody in there. So we dunked. So Kirk kind of peeped around to where the light wasn't shining. And he looked around just to see if they was getting him. Well, they got him. They arrested him. And told him, and we can hear him. You can actually hear the conversation. He was cussing them out, calling them everything by the white man, everything. This old boy, he was an African American. Yeah. So he got arrested, took him to jail. They called Kurt up because Kurt had yes sir, so they called Kurt on his cell phone and told him. And asked, well, where are you at? They said, well, I'm home. He says, I'm just sitting here to see if you guys will call me back. He says, I'm not coming back down through town. He says, I'm not coming back out. He says, I came home, had me 3 or 4 more beers. He says, I'm not driving. He was lying. He was sitting right there at the bar right amongst the rest of us drinking. So finally, but see, Kurt had his vehicle parked in a certain spot. See what I'm saying? That's why he throwed him off, because he knowed. Well, I said, Kurt, can I ask you a question? He says, yeah. I said, how in the hell are you going to take me and Donald home? That knowing you just got done saying that you're at the house, and if you go out, well, why would have one of the spots you driving the car and me and Donald's in it? He says, I never gave it a thought. But I said, I know back ways. He says, how's that? I said, well, they live down. I said, Don lives down here on 2nd Street. You know that, right? He says, yeah. I said, okay, you drop him off. You drop him off. And I said, you go up here, this street right here, and cut straight across. They'll take you over to my dad's house. I said, yeah, I have my own home. But I said, this way, and I take care of my dad too. And it was just like a straight shot. And I said, only thing you got to do is go up this way, around this way, and up this way to your house. Because I knew where he lived at. I knew where Kurt lived. And I showed him the back way how to get to his house. I said, if you got to take the alleys, man, take the alleys. But if you take the alleys and you know the alleys will shut your headlights off. And I said, when you got to cross over to another street, turn your headlights on real quick, then shut them back off. You know he made home without getting caught. He told me, he says, I just happened to pull in my back driveway where my garage is at. And he says, I just happened to walk up to my back door. Because he had a fenced in backyard, see, chain link fence. He said, I just got up there. And he said, I just unlocked my door. He said, I unlocked my door. And he says, I just happened to turn my kitchen light on. And he says, what I did, he says, I'll grab me a beer real quick and sit down. So, he saved his own skin. I helped him save some skin that night. Because basically he lied and they could have got him for that. Saying that he was home. Yeah, that was Jimmy. He sent me a private message. And he says they stopped talking to him too. They said, Kurt, you been here all this time? He says, yeah, why? He says, your car was gone. He says, no, it wasn't. He says, yeah, it was. He says, no, it wasn't. He says, I had my car in the garage. He said, I just decided to go out there and pull it out because my wife's going to be using the car here for work here in a little bit. He says, I'll have to go out there and pull the car out for her because she's not good about the car out, which once again, he was lying. Saved his own skin that night, that morning. Again. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on, let me answer Jimmy here. Hey, Jimmy, I sent that message. Sure, Jimmy. Sure. I understand what you're talking about. I'm going to bring you guys right over here. I'll sit you right there. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to give me some water. Yo, Jimmy, you can get up here, man. Let me turn this. There we go. Now, I'm going to plug you guys in. There we go. What type of job is you looking for? Because I know a lot of people now can pull some strings. Hey, RJ. Biden ain't nobody. Biden is, don't get me started on, you must be a Democrat. Oh, Biden. I got some, oh, Biden. The only thing he's doing, RD, is helping himself. That's it. As long as he's putting out, as long as you're helping to put money in that man's pocket, you know how much gas is here now? $2.95 to $2.99 a gallon. And it's going to get worse before it gets any better. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Watch. Because me and the guy talked about it today. He done sold his soul. Yes, sir. I said he done sold his soul to the devil. When he sold out to China, he sold his soul to the devil right then and there. Food's going up. Milk's going up. Yep. And why do you think he's pushing so hard for everybody to have this vaccine. Think about it. But everything's Trump's fault. You don't see them blaming him for all the stuff he done with China, sold his vice presidency to China, did everything with China, look, just like what his boy did. You son did. And you think they're going to do something about that? No. No. The only thing, the people that voted for Biden are helping him get rich. You get rich. Yes, it does, James. Yes, it does, Jimmy. And I hate to tell you what's in that vaccine. I hate to tell you one thing. And, it's going, and you're going to think, huh? You know, here it is. I'm going to put it out there. A fetus, a human fetus, a baby. They do something, and they mix it in with this vaccine stuff. I read up on it. You think I'm eating my everlasting marbles, but and if you notice everything that Donald Trump has said, if you take everything that Donald Trump has said and done, everything is the truth. Yeah, I got friends that got shot, and they say it's worse than having them. Worse than having them. And let me tell you, I had the COVID. I had the COVID-19. Well, it's not the COVID-19. It's the same thing as the doggone flu. It's the same thing as the flu. And you explain to me how 3 or 4 people, got sick with the so-called COVID, and now it's everywhere. Everybody's got it. Explain that to me. It's all because because somebody bit a bat. Okay, if somebody bit a bat and got COVID-19, then Ozzy Osbourne would have had it back in the 70s. Because he bit a live bat. He used to bite a live bat, bite his head off. Ozzy Osbourne would have been dead now. Think about it. That's what I tell everybody. If Ozzy Osbourne would have contracted it, he would have contracted it a long time ago. And the reason why he quit doing the live bat is because the bat bit him. And old Ozzy Osbourne's still kicking. That old coot, that old fart still kicking. So their COVID bullshit and go somewhere else. That's how I feel about it. You know, and all of a sudden now say it comes from China. Just like the news, I get so sick of hearing on the news, man. See it on Facebook, see it on YouTube, see it in my emails. Crazy. Got this guy down here. He's a Democrat, right? He's as much of an idiot as most of them's in the White House. He swears up and down that Donald Trump's going to go to jail. And he's a pastor of a church. And when I asked him here yesterday, I said, what are you going to do when your beloved president starts taxing your church? Then what? What are you going to do when you have to start paying taxes for your church? Then what? He can't give me an answer. Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in this vaccine. Even though the mask order here in the house ended. Nah, not yet. It ain't over until he croaks. Is everybody still in the house? Oh, it's going to be a long day. I'm debating on whether or not to take a pipe with me today or not. Yes, sir, RD. I'll ride that horse. I won't make him moan, I'll make our horse scream. Make him cry. Heck no, RD. Look what time it is, after 1 o'clock. Shoot. I gotta leave here in another 2.5 hours. I'll be leaving. I'll give me some sleep on the way up. $16? Okay. Do you got any specific day or dates that you want to come up here? No, RD, I'm not. I'm not driving up there. He is. Oh, I've done it before. I went on 2.5 hours with the sleep and had to drive probably a half hour to my job and work a 12-hour shift, 8 to 12 hours, and then head home. There's one night I was working tumbleweed, and I got off at 2:30 in the morning. No, 1:30. I was driving home. I had to drive down the freeway. I was so tired, and I wanted to get home. So I was doing about 70, and something told me to slow up, do about 65, 65. Good thing I did that. I hear you over there all day. I hear you. And I hear you all day. I looked over to my left, there's two state boys. Thinking, oh shit. I passed them, and I kept what I was doing the speed limit. And I kept looking. I was normal, but I kept looking out the corner of my eye just to see, make sure they wasn't following me. So I had to go to the right, not going towards Athens, to get home. By another 15-20 minutes. So when I got up over the hill, around the curve, going into the train trestle, around the curve, it was like almost a straight shot. I had balls. I was doing about 65 miles an hour, almost 2 o'clock in the morning getting home. So I was daggone tired. There's a couple times I dozed off. So I went home, pulled in, went in the house. The only thing I could do, I was so tired, the only thing I could do is take my shoes and my socks off. And that was into me for the rest of the night. I didn't even get into bed with my wife. So, there's been times, now there's one time I did, it was late at night, I just got off work. Tumbleweed is like like the Longhorn Steakhouse, so forth and so on. It was like them guys. There's one night I got off work and went to my car, and one of my co-workers says, "Jeff, come on, man." And I was tired, and I said, "Man, I'm so doggone tired." I said, "I don't know if I'm going to be able to drive home." See, I never heard anything like that. But yeah, there's times, and tried to talk me into let him take me home. And I said, I can't. I said, I can't leave my car here. He says, well, would you think your wife come in and get you? I said, she don't drive. See, so you was born in 74, so you're 47, RD. No, because you're the same age as my sister. The one that just passed away here last year. I ain't that far. Hey, RD, I'm not that far behind you. Put it that way. I'm not that far behind you. So, yeah. Oh, anytime, RD. Anytime. Anytime. Yeah, I mentioned it here in my live stream here a couple times. She died from cancer, from lung cancer. But yeah, she last time I spoke to her was not this past January, but January of last year. She finally come out and one day messaged me, told me what y'all done, and yeah, I mean we had our odds, you know, everybody does, but it's of all those years of smoking cigarettes and drugs and she smoked heavy. I mean, but yeah, my dad now RD now my dad liked it. I liked it to the point where I got burned down on it. I used to like the pecan log, about this long or so. My dad liked those little pecan pies. You know them little pecan pies? Those about this so big around, something like that. Now I can remember them as a kid. Oh, cool. Yeah, my dad liked the apple pie and regular apple pie, but he get this little snack. Well, I call them snack size pies. Comes in like a little square box. He liked the apple and the pecan. Nowadays, when we all eat a pecan pie anymore, is if I got a cup of coffee or something, or ice cream, and that is seldom that I ever do that, because I'm not too much into sweets anymore. Heck, I still got a half bag of cookies here, and they are called I gotta straighten the package out so I can see it. Badakodo, something like that. It's a crispy and delicious, made with careful. Well, it's got I know it's chocolate cookies. I'm trying to see where they're made by. Okay, they're made in Brazil. Hmm. Hey, RD, I'm 6 years younger than you. I'm only 41. But like I said, I'm not that far behind you. Reuben. Hmm. The old Medico crest. Apple shape number 11. Think about smoking them. Gotta run a pumpkin through it first. There we go. Oh, I smoked an English blend in this. There you go, RD. That's the best way to do it. Teach them now and teach them memories. They'll last forever. And they'll remember when they get older. Prince Albert soft vanilla. Oh no. All asleep or all awake? Or half and half? Is half of them asleep or half of them awake? Stay young. Which one are they? Oh, talking to Jimmy. I don't got no grandkids yet. Not yet. Just got done cleaning this up a little bit. But then again, I'm debating on another different pipe now. RD, I know better than that. The 7 Nelly Oscar. Shape 506. Every time I put this daggone stem on there, it ain't looking right for some unknown reason. There it is. There we go. Here's the other 7 Nelly that I own. Hold on, guys. I'm going to grab this salty bit for this. Be right back. There we go, guys. Oh, that's so much better. Boy, are they both boys, girls, or boy and girl, are they? You guys still in the house? RD, Jimmy? Alright, RJ. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for joining me. I'll definitely be back on Sunday night. Love you too, RD. Be safe, be well, have a great weekend. I will be back on Sunday night. I ain't gonna do no lives tomorrow night because of all brought it up and all I'm gonna be on tomorrow night, so yeah, I'm gonna smoke this pipe here and I'm gonna get off here, maybe get about an hour, maybe about an hour to maybe an hour and a half with the shut eye. Hopefully I can find some pipes tomorrow, hopefully, well, today. So, hopefully. Alright, Jimmy. I'm gonna get off myself, brother. You have a great weekend. Be safe, be well. Have a great weekend. Stay cool. I'll see you Sunday. Now that message I send you privately, you got that. So you be safe, be well. I'm getting off. This the hot piper. Keep him lit. Keep the embers burning. Y'all take care.